What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This episode of Small Town Slashers is unofficially sponsored by quite a few things. First and foremost, Mothman's ass, because look at it. It's glorious. You can crush an apple with that.
The thickens.
The thickens.
Bring on the thickening!
That reminds me that we need to have them on the podcast at some point in time. But Mystery Box Gaming and I talked about making a movie called The Thick, and I don't even remember what it was about, but it was like the best meme trash ever. And I'm like, we need to make this happen.
Yeah, there's one. You remember we talked about the movie about the demon fidget spinner, and it could only be stopped by Kyle, the edgy teen who dips who I can do the fattest baits but punches hole in drywalls whenever he's mildly annoyed.
Oh yeah. I know of somebody we need to talk about that too. So we got unofficially sponsored by Mothman's ass. We are also unofficially sponsored by fans or air conditioning or anything of the like, because if you live anywhere and it's a lot like Kentucky, oh god, you need it.
Because it's hot as balls!
It is. It has been absolutely unreasonably hot lately.
Oh yeah. Not to dox anyone. I was actually going to message you, but I was at a appointment with my mom today. But I saw one of your coworkers had to go to the hospital because of the heat.
Oh yeah, he yesterday he actually left work early.
Yeah, I was meaning to send you a message, make sure you was okay and stuff, because I just saw that on the way there, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, if you work out in this kind of heat, drink plenty of water.
Yes, absolutely. Oh gosh, it's
Can't stress that enough.
yeah, it's. I told somebody the other day, they'd asked me how hot it was, and without missing a beat, I'm like, it's so hot outside, it hurts my feelings. And they just kind of looked at me, they're like, what? What? And I'm like,
It's so hot outside, Satan's sitting in the AC.
Yeah. I think somebody at one point in time, I saw this on a video, they said the Flash took the bus. It's so hot. I'm like, I love that.
Oh man, yeah, we I tried to shoot. I've been working on getting just some scenic shots, some visible scars, and I'll go ahead and name drop her because she really wants to get involved with some of the stuff we do. But like, it's this awesome filmmaker named Madison, who comes from like the same film program Wolf and I went to.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, and so yeah. So she's been trying to shoot with us for a couple years now, and we finally got to shoot, and we was going to shoot all the scenic stuff and then record narration, and it was just so hot out. This was yesterday. We was out there for like 30 minutes, and then we just went back to my workplace and just sat on the couches and didn't move. And I'm like, let's just we'll just finish this whenever it's not burning hot.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Madison, if you ever watch this, just holler at us. We're down to shoot anytime. But our third and final sponsor, and we're gonna get into this a little bit later, is the Unexpected Train. More on that later.
Yeah.
I wish I was a good train.
This was not a good train.
I'll actually tell you something funny whenever we get to the story, because I talked to my mom. She and I actually grew up in Hazard, where this story takes place.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man. It was. Oh.
So yeah, it's been a while. I know we had said in the last episode we were gonna try to record and put one out the next Friday. There we go. I said it. But here lately, for all of us, life has been absolutely changing so much. We got so much going on, and there's a lot we can't say, about it, but we can definitely give you guys the broad strokes. So who would like to kind of take the reins on this?
I mean, I'm now part of Midas Cove.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna be working with both Oakley and Wolf and the great cast and crew for that TV show, and I can't wait to get to meet everybody and work with them. And I'm excited. It's gonna be good, and I think it's gonna be great. And then of course I'm just been working and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm excited about that part.
Oh, same. We actually haven't plugged Midas Cove yet on the
Yeah, I don't think
podcast.
we have.
So we're all involved with this series called Midas Cove, and it's an independent series set in a small isolated town in Kentucky, and it's a mystery with some horror stuff involved, and I think that's really all I'm allowed to say.
Yeah.
We'll kind of call it a thriller too.
Yeah, there's a bit of thriller stuff in it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm cast as a character whose name is, yeah, I guess I can go ahead and say it because it's online. Whose name is Kyle. So only I can stop the fidget spinner.
Yeah.
So just put two and two together.
We gotta talk to Ben about that and be like, hey man, we need to kind of touch on and have a little backstory for Kyle. Like, he actually saved the world at one point in time. The demon fidget spinner.
This is totally 100% not legit and not what happens at all. But yeah, actually, I can say Kyle's person is him just walking out and he's just spinning a fidget spinner, like hitting a vape pen, and punching drywall, which is just so happens to be there.
I think it would be funny if at some point in the series you actually do see Kyle playing with the fidget spinner.
Yeah.
Just as a nice little joke. Somebody who's watching this episode is gonna watch the series when it comes out and see that scene and be like, ah, there it is.
Uh-huh.
The origin story of
Oh man. But yeah, we got Midas Cove going, and the sister wolf is also involved with it as well. So, man, this is a nice little family we got. We actually went down and shot parts of the trailer a while back, and we got to see we got to see some of the locations that we're going to be shooting at, and oh my god.
Uh-huh.
I never would have thought such places would have been in Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, if there's only way we could get Adam involved, we'd have like almost like a full Hermarsha reunion and like on the cast.
We really would. we might try to. There's a lot of which with the way we use scripts and all that stuff. Granted, this production is vastly different from the ones that we're used to, so I don't really know how much we can improv and get away with it, but we might name drop Adam or Johnny Neurotin or something like that. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Or at least like mention Winston or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll talk to you a bit about it later because it's a minor spoiler for like a scene we were discussing, but there might be a way we could have like a frame picture of like Adam in the background or something.
Nice.
But yeah, that's all I can say. I had someone ask me because I designed the first poster and I'm designing a second one.
Oh.
Yeah, and I can't even talk about like what the second poster is. I mean, at least I don't want to spoil
the first poster came out really good.
Yeah.
Thank you. I actually I had some help from family. They helped me buy like a brand new laptop just so I would have enough computing power to like be able to do it, because I tried with my old computer from 2016 and
Mhm.
it literally just shut down every time I would open Photoshop.
Yeah. It's a nice
But
computer.
hmm
It's a very nice
Yeah.
computer.
So I'm hoping to have that one out either late tomorrow or more likely Saturday, because I definitely want to. It's just a lot, like when you're involved in such a big production. Like I want to spend like the extra time making sure everything is like as good as it can be.
Yeah. um.
I don't blame you on that.
Mhm.
No, not at all. Not at
But
all.
yeah, I've had people ask me, and they're like, "Oh man, well, can you tell me, like, this looks so wild?" And I'm like, "Well, I can confirm that there are cameras on set.
Mhm.
There will be video shot, and
Mhm.
I am at least 85% sure there will be spoken dialogue in scenes with at least two people, maybe."
Yeah.
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 It's the same thing for me. Like I've had a lot of people. I've had a lot of people fishing. Like some people at work. Some of my other friends would message me and be like, "Hey, what is this? What all can you tell me?" And I'm like, "Nothing. I can tell you that I'm in it."
Mhm.
Yeah.
And but they'll keep digging and keep digging. But man, nobody's getting anything from us.
Yeah, and like where I just started with it, like I tell people I'm in it, but all I say is it's a thriller.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I don't want to give it up either, because like you guys said, it's the suspense plus you want them to actually want to watch it too.
Oh yeah.
I actually trolled someone like the other day, because we were just talking about films, and he's like, "Man, can you talk to me about it?" And I'm like, "You really want to know?" And they're like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "All right." The film follows a young boy named Danny who got kicked out, and he finds refuge in this old skate park, and things go really hard. And but I went on for like 5 or 6 minutes explaining the plot, and they're like, "Isn't that Invisible Scars?" And I'm like, "Yep." I,
Yep.
I, to be fair, like I said, "Do you want to know the details?" I did not specify about which
Which
project.
project?
Very true. Very true. So you didn't lie.
Which I mean, you guys have been really busy anyways with multiple projects.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Like that. Excuse me. That has been pretty labor intensive, and
Mm-hmm.
I've not got a lot of sleep. But at the same time, like that part of it, like the film aspect, yeah, you're working, but it's not like work.
Uh huh.
It's play, so you enjoy it a whole lot more. But yeah, we've been involved in Midas Cove, finishing up Invisible Scars, as well as Smile.
Yeah.
Smile's
Yeah.
been a lot of fun.
And
Uh, you guys have been really pumping that one out.
Oh yeah.
uh huh. Oh yeah. It was an absolute blast, and I believe we might be shooting this weekend, or at least that's like it was said, but it hasn't been officially confirmed yet. But if so, we'll just to talk about how busy we are. Like tomorrow, I got a workshop, which I can spoil that because it's a workshop, And then we got Smile, and day one of the last 3 days of shooting for Invisible Scars, and that's really crazy to think about.
Mhm.
Now I know this weekend. I'm kind of surprised you guys are filming this weekend, being the fact that it's Father's Day weekend.
Yeah, I had to. I am working, which I if by if because my dad has he's 95% blind. If he stumbles on this podcast, I'm going to spoil it for him. I'm actually looking for him an engraved lighter. I'm hoping where we'll be filming around that I might be able to stop at some cool gas stations and find him like a really nice Zippo.
Oh
Because
yeah.
he collects them, and so if he does get on it, if you are listening, I'm so sorry I spoiled your gift because I'm gonna because I thought about ordering him one, but I'm like, nah, I want to like whenever someone can run me up there, I want to surprise him with it in person. So it'll be later than Father's Day, but he's definitely getting a nice gift.
Well, hell yeah, he'll love that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
Mom and Dad are going to visit some relatives this weekend. They asked me if I wanted to go, but like where we were gonna shoot. I said, well, I'm uh, probably not gonna go, but at the same time, there's a big part of me that also just really doesn't want to get out.
Yeah.
I don't blame you there.
Yeah, I like to be a homebody whenever I can,
Hmm.
Uh huh.
especially where
Because
we stay so busy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Depending on the weather, whenever we're filming, like the cool thing with Smile is like a lot of the stuff is like filming nighttime, and yeah, like so many people are like, man, why do you like filming at night? And I'm like, uh, I love the aesthetic. It's really cool. It's challenging, and in real life, I'm like, it's 90 degrees out. Let it cool down.
Yeah,
Yes.
and also like naturally, I'm kind of nocturnal anyway.
Yeah, I've kind of turned into that nocturnal ever since COVID,
Yeah, but if you throw me
and
on night
especially
shift,
where I've been working. Like I'll maybe take a nap and then I'm up till like this morning. I was up till 4, almost 5 o'clock this morning, and then I had to go to work.
yeah, like if you throw me on night shift at a job, I hate it because I'm doing shit for you.
Hmm.
Like on my own terms, doing my own stuff. Yeah, I'll be nocturnal every single day. That's totally fine. And even, I think I might have even said this whenever we talked about shooting gore, which that's got a big update that we'll talk about as well. Um, we the first day we all shot together, where every one of us shot together. Uh, I called in sick to work. I was not sick. Screw it, I don't work there anymore. Let them watch it. I don't care. But but yeah, I called in sick, and I might have gotten maybe 3 hours of sleep, if that. But once we were all there, shooting, talking to each other, like working together to make this film, you would not be able to tell that I got 3 hours of sleep. The
Yeah.
energy was there. So
The first moment in Smile, I was kind of tired of it, and like moment, like 20, 30, like 20, 30 minutes later, I was back up, and
you kind of sounded like a transformer at the beginning, of that.
uh, I was talking about like like there was a part I think it was maybe like 1 in the morning, like during our last shoot of Smile. Like I was like kind of tired, but like 10, 15 minutes later, I was back up and at it, and we were all admittedly a lot more exhausted, and that's going to be in the coming story in this podcast.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah. But since we were talking about gore, I'm actually gonna go ahead and pull this up so I can read it word for word. So we were involved with a film last year called Gore All Hallows Eve that was put on the shelf for quite a while. You know, I don't really want to get into details because hold on 1 second. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I hit a button and turned my headset off.
Oh no.
Okay. But anyway, yeah, we were involved with this film called Gore All Hallows Eve. And man, it just absolutely was such a blast for all of us. and it got shelved for quite a while due to reasons that I don't really want to get into. Well, a lot of it I don't know. But anyway, here's what was posted. This weekend was a very productive 3 days. We hit 2 huge milestones for the films. Gore's largest missing scene was completed and went incredibly well. And for Smile, we were able to finish the last few scenes with the lead actress. It kind of seems surreal how having both projects so close to completion. For all of those of you who are invested/involved following Gore All Hallows Eve, we are only days away from sending it to be scored and only a few weeks away from release. Can't wait to share this project with you. So, really soon they're sending it off to be scored, so it's going to have all the music and shit put in there. And then within weeks, it's going to get an actual release.
Sweet.
I'm
Nice.
so excited for that. And not only like all of us that were involved, like everybody who was following the project there for a while, because I know I really plugged it on my Twitch and Discord and all that stuff, and man, it just like people were hyped to see this. And
Oh yeah.
now you guys are gonna get your chance.
Yeah, and I'll put it this way: October Lane and Jerry are two of the nicest. Because I've worked on a lot of sets. I've been around professional film crews, all this stuff. Those guys are two of the nicest, and because I was unable to do most of the original shoot because I decided to be smart and break off 5 of my toes at one time. You know, just a spontaneous decision on my end, you know. But anyways, I was able to attend the last 2 days of like the first half of the production, and they were so nice. They even brought me a chair, and I tend to notice, you know, when people are like checking on me and stuff. Because also I was really incredibly self conscious because I was in a lot of pain, but I don't like people noticing I'm in pain.
Mm-hmm.
But they would constantly be, hey man, are you resting? You good? And so whenever we film Smile, I mean just like last week, they still brought the chair.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, you know, that's so awesome, you know.
It was a lot of fun, but yeah, they are extremely nice people. In fact, anytime that I work on a film, I have what's called the Oakley test, and it honestly doesn't matter who I work with. I subject everybody to it, because out of everybody that I've ever shot with, you know, you are such a mix of fun and professionalism, and you really make the project extremely enjoyable while growing, like kind of cultivating that actor crew mentality kind of thing, and helping them find themselves as that role. So, you know, yeah, I compare everybody that I work with to you. And Jerry and October and Ben have all successfully passed the Oakley test.
Sweet.
Yeah, and like they all seem pretty cool. Like I haven't met them yet, but like just from the photos and everything else, and I'm hoping I get the chance to work with them.
I think you will. I definitely think you will. Even they have announced the project. Well, they've already publicly announced it, so I guess we could. We might do that in the next one, but they have already announced their next project. We'll get some. We'll get some confirmation first.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like such a hard thing. Like when we know something that would really hype everyone listening up, and you know we just can't say anything. Actually, I will say, like, as far as like updating and announcements, as like it was like a spontaneous I mean, like it was like a group. It was me, Wolf, Casey, and Matt. Which, if you're listening, guys, we haven't forgot you. We'll get you on the podcast sometime. Trust me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it might be a bit disorganized, but we'll get you there eventually. But yeah, we was all talking like where they just went so above and beyond, especially when it gets to like the last hour of like production, and they literally were here like to like 3 in the morning, and then they had to leave for another shoot, which I don't want to spoil the name of the production in case I'm not allowed to say that. See, that's another thing. You sometimes stuff other people are on that you're like, yeah, I can't say anything. But anyway, yeah, they left there and they had that shoot at like noon, and cause we ended up getting delayed like 2 hours because Casey was like fidgeting with my car doors lock and unlock thing, and it triggered the car's anti-theft system. And we needed to get the trunk open for spoiler reasons, but yeah, like you couldn't even open the trunk on it, so we just had to sit there and wait for the anti-theft system to quit.
Oh man.
Yeah, turns out even the key or anything, you cannot stop that thing once it goes off, which is actually a very bad safety hazard. Because I mean, if I got the key, you think I wouldn't. You think the car back, oh, okay, but it wasn't. But anyways, yeah, they were such troopers. Anyhow, sorry, I tangent, but
You're fine.
I decided to make this the first MEK produced production.
Oh, nice.
So they get the night. It's in the trailer. MEK Productions. Because Matt's really gifted at designing logos, and so like, he designed this logo, and I was like, man, that'd be awesome. Where you guys helped, I would love to put the logo in front of the film, as my way of saying thank you, because it really meant a lot. Like when I say this production has been like the most stressful, and there was literally one moment where I was just like looking at footage of everyone together, and I legit just started tearing up, and I'm like, that's what I wanted the entire film to be like,
Yeah, that was like I think I know what you're talking about too, because you sent it as like one of the unofficial promos
Mm-hmm.
where we're all hanging out. But yeah, I also teared up whenever I had seen that. Which where we shot with them too. I'll go ahead and say this: Matt and Casey have both also passed the Oakley test. Oakley is like the gold standard when it comes to film. But Smile. Oh man, do we have a story for you guys? Do we have a story for you all? So there was one scene that we were gonna film, and it takes place in a tunnel. I'm not gonna say what we were doing in the tunnel, but the scene takes place in the tunnel. Mm-hmm. And there's some train tunnels in Hazard, and there's a few of them that are abandoned. So we show up at this train tunnel, and we go through a train yard and everything. And I didn't think anything of it, because nobody came out and said anything to us. We drove through the entire yard. No one approached us at all. And I also didn't question whether they got permission or not to be there either, because every other place that we've shot, they've got permission. It turns out they did not have permission to be there. But anyway, there we were in this train tunnel, just minding our own business. And we were, what would you say, we were about in the middle of the tunnel, was wherever the scene was going to take place?
Yeah, I would say the dead middle, because I followed you all like a tiny bit, mm-hmm. and saw the light on the other end of the tunnel. So mm-hmm. About the dead center.
So we were in the middle, in the literal middle of this tunnel. You all were in there getting everything set up. October went back outside. Well, Rodney and I went to explore the rest of the tunnel. We saw some awesome stuff. There was some mushrooms that were growing on the side, and we saw some, some graffiti and whatnot. It was a really neat experience, but while we were down there, we got to looking at the tracks, and I started noticing something, that the top of the tracks were smooth and shiny, unlike the rest of it. Like it had been used. And I pointed out, I'm like, hey man, are you sure this place is abandoned? He was like, I don't know. That is pretty concerning. It's like, well, we better go say something. So we go back in the center to meet with everybody. And, we're under a bridge. And there was a bridge close to the other end of the tunnel. So when traffic would come by, you would hear it, and it was like a constant little, rumble. We started hearing that, and it started getting louder. And then we heard the worst possible noise imaginable in that moment.
Yeah.
We heard a train horn, and we all just kind of looked at each other and was like, fuck.
I'll admit, first, like when I first heard that noise, I chuckled. I was like, because I was like, I thought that was the sound of someone's phone, and I'm like, okay, I was in my head, I'm like, oh wow, that's actually a pretty funny joke. And then I looked to see who was behind me playing the noise on their phone, and there was no one behind me, and I was like, this is, oh boy.
So you see all of us like grabbing the film equipment and just busting absolute ass to get out of the train tunnel. Jerry threw a chair. There was one light we left in there, but it was like back up against the wall, so it wouldn't have been hurt by anything.
Yeah.
The train had slowed down. Like it slowed down, but yeah, it just came on through. Like we got out of the tunnel, we all got out of the tunnel. It just came on through, and October thought we was messing. He really thought we was messing. He was like, there they come. They're playing a joke. And then he saw Jerry. He was like, wait, Jerry's running with the film equipment.
Uh-huh.
I don't think he's joking.
I think it went through part of the tunnel at normal speed, and then when it saw that light, it slowed down.
Yeah.
Because, the light we left was on, and it probably thought there was another train coming, so it probably had... The conductor probably had a bit of a scare himself, but yeah, I was darting, and there was one part, because there's these little wooden beams at the bottom of the tracks. There was one part like my bad foot got stuck under one of these and like kind of twisted, and but when you got that adrenaline, you don't feel it at all. I was just focusing on just trying to limp as fast as I could, and I usually wear my camera around my neck. I threw it to where it was on my back, because I was like, last ditch effort. I'm taking a dive to the side in those rocks, and I can mess my body up all I want as long as this camera is safe. I'm golden, because I'll heal. The camera won't heal.
Screw the body. Save the camera.
Literally.
But yeah, like it was something we did. We almost got hit by a train. And like partially I would say the acoustics in the tunnel. But as soon as the train horn like just it blared, it sounded like it was right on your ass. Like
Please say you guys got the train on camera a little bit.
Oh yeah.
I got footage of, actually I got really nice fully set up footage of it coming out. I got a picture. We definitely well documented it, but yeah, it was like this thing of fear, like even when I saw him, because like as soon as I saw there was no one behind me, I kind of stood up and started backing up, and when I saw Jerry grab and like WWE and like throw the chair, like even then I was like, please say sock, please, please.
Nope.
But yeah, okay. We even as soon as we come out, there was a worker there. He was just poking his head at the main end of the other end of the train yard, And he literally was like, "Y'all okay?" Yeah, and he's like, "All right," and he just left. But
Yeah.
That's
I
so nonchalant
Yeah,
right
that was the
there.
only
Yeah.
time anybody said anything to us.
yeah, and so I tried to be nice. I tried to wave at the conductor, but he just shot me a look that legit made me think like he's going to park this train and just come down here and just beat us like without an ounce of mercy.
We
And
He's
the
probably in his head. I'm gonna say his name is Tom. Tom, not today. I'm not gonna get out of this train today.
Hey, look, Tom, we're
and
sorry.
yeah, no, we really are. But he even ended up getting the last laugh because I'd say where that industrial light was like so bright, it probably did scare him.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he looked furious, and he got the last laugh because I talked with some people, including we went to a punk show the next day, and I was literally on like 3,200 milligrams of ibuprofen because I literally messaged Wolf like in the middle of the day like I don't know if I can make the show, and then I'm like I'm gonna try it, and I just popped down as much ibuprofen as I could stomach. Anyway, I talked to people who work there, and they said he probably did this just out of spite. Um, but there's like this road you have to cross the tracks to leave the train yard. They blocked that road, so we were stuck there like an extra 40 minutes.
Mm.
And I'm talking to people who work there. They're like, yeah, they usually park like right in front of that. They don't, they don't block it off where there's people who live there. You probably just really pissed the guy off.
He'll be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but yeah, what I say is I was telling mom because she said she saw me post about it, and she was like and she's like, yeah, she's like, I don't know why people keep thinking that one train yard like in the town area is abandoned, and it hasn't been abandoned. It's one of the most active train tracks. And I'm like, yeah, you don't say, huh? And she's like, yeah, surely I wasn't at that one. And I'm like,
Yeah, about that.
yeah. Well,
It was even funny too, because when we were at the punk show, we ran into my little brother Horsefly, and he was asking how things were going. I'm just like, well, we almost got hit by a train yesterday, and he kind of laughed, like, haha, that's kind of funny. I'm like, no, I'm serious, man. We legit almost got hit by a train.
yeah, the train track hazard. Everyone says it is haunted. It is haunted by a train. And
Yeah,
that train is more terrifying than any ghost.
The real killer of what do you call it? Smile. The train.
Uh,
we need to thank that train. And
I do have gorgeous B-roll of it coming out, and then it coming, and then another shot of it going towards the running through the train yard. It looks amazing. Like I was showing people the footage, and they're like, and like one of the people who's in the same office building, they're like, wow, that's actually really brave to get that close to like a train, coming out and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, that was totally on purpose too. I
Mm-hmm.
meant to do that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because one thing I've learned about film is you'll make an accidental mistake that is amazing, and whenever someone compliments you on it, just bet, yeah, that was well, of course that was exactly how I planned for it to go.
oh Lord, you need to do a like another version of Invisible Scars where we do commentary,
Uh huh.
the stories that we would tell.
Oh yeah. But yeah, but I got a gorgeous picture of the train like as it was coming out because like I I could tell like it slowed down, a bit and was just slowly coming out. And well, Tom, I will thank you. I'm really sorry we made your day a bit worse. I'm really sorry. I was told it was abandoned, but the worst thing is I grew up in Hazard. I should know these things, but like whenever October was telling me it was abandoned, my heart kind of got deep because I remember being there like as a kid and like watching those trains go by. So I'm like, oh man, I hate to hear that it's closed down now. That's really sad. But well, I think I might have wished on like a cursed genie or something because like, oh, don't worry, you won't be sad about it being canceled. Your wish is granted. The train's coming right now.
Well, no, because if you think about it, genies will grant your wish, but it's more of like, oh, I wish that I could have $1 million, but then like that $1 million is like maybe stolen,
Uh huh.
so like you could be then now running from the law.
Yeah. That was. I guess subconsciously, I was thinking back to my childhood and like, I wish I could see a train go through that yard one more time, and the genie's like, wish granted, dumbass. Yeah. So we
The
outran.
gin got you.
Yeah. So yeah, we had a lovely encounter with like with the train, and even my nephew like because of course I'm sending everyone this, and my nephew's like haha, and then I'm serious, and he was like how do you almost get hit by a train, just don't go on the tracks, and I'm like, good advice, son. You're a lot smarter than your uncle is.
I did feel really good because I sent a message to one of my friends and she called me. She was like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
fine." It's like I saw
Oh
your
yeah.
message and I got really worried, and I'm like, "Yeah, but I did. I felt pretty good." I'm like, "Aw."
Yeah. We sent some messages because, like I said, we were blocked off from leaving for like 40 minutes because that ended up becoming another worry. Like, what if we just have to stay the night here? Like, we're blocked off by the train.
Oh man. Like, yeah, I don't want to say too much, but I really don't want to stay the night in Hazard.
Yeah. No, I lived in Hazard. I don't want to stay the night in Hazard.
Well, when we shot one scene there, we shot it at the parking garage, and nah, just nah. That's all I'm gonna
Yeah.
say.
And we're not
Yeah.
talking about the Dukes of Hazard.
Yeah.
No, we get that a lot.
Our hazard's missing a Z.
It's also now missing the Huddle House and Fugits, which
Yeah.
still hurts.
Uh huh. Yeah. Our hazard's just. Of course, I will say Main Street looks way more beautiful. Like, no joke. When I was a kid, that place was grimy as can be. Like because we used to live with like, one of Mom's boyfriends, and he would not go walk through Main Street even when it was getting dark. Like, even when the sun was up, he was like, "No, it's too late in the evening." And there was this place where Mom worked, like taking care of people. It was a homeless shelter. The shelter was having a hard time finding funds, but it got closed indefinitely, which Mom had quit like 6 months prior. But one of the people ended up murdering his caseworker.
Fuck.
Yeah, like he called her to a park, because they all had to leave like, in the middle of the day, like just to like give everyone who worked there a chance to clean and like let them get exercise and stuff. But he called her and said he was having a crisis and asked her to come to the park, and then he killed her.
Oh my gosh, I hate that so much.
Yeah, and there's like another thing to the story I'll tell you guys later. It's just I don't want to break, I don't want to say say too much, but there's like a reason that incident is like really scary to me. But yeah, no, like Hazard, I'm really glad to see the town glow up because it did not used like it used to be a really rough rough place.
Yeah, yeah. Like I still like it's kind of ingrained in me. I still really don't like to go there.
Oh
It's
yeah,
a good
yeah,
thing though that she quit.
uh-huh,
Yeah,
yeah. Uh, that's when you live in like when you see a place like that, it's hard. It's good that it's changing, but you're still kind of cautious about it.
oh yeah. Also, since it's on your screen right now, but you want to talk a little bit about the trip you made to Point Pleasant,
Yeah,
Mothman and the
yeah.
Glorious Hams?
Uh-huh. Yeah, we actually me uh, our friend Jake, we made a fan film together, and I did a bunch of photo shoots for him. Uh, he took me to Point Pleasant, and it was a really good. Which I also like after this one, I'll share a couple more stories, and then I got a really nice update. I'd love to share after, but yeah, we went there. We got to go on the tour, which was really nice. Kind of wild that the spots where the first Mothman sightings happened, they're not marked or anything. Like you would not recognize it. We got to explore some old bomb shelters that was like built in the world, like Second World War. Um, and at up until like 15 years ago, and they'd been long abandoned at this point. Oh, not bomb shelters. They were like big silos where they would make ammunition. But up to like 15 years ago, you could get arrested for even going near them. We saw a fake coal camp that had like a big pile of coal that was shaped like a square, and anyone who sees a pile of coal knows it's like a triangle. You know why it was shaped like a square? Oh yeah,
No.
okay, yeah. That like it was because there was a there was a secret building buried underneath the coal.
Really?
Yeah, and the tour guide said, yeah, I've got a picture of yeah, like the tour guide even said there used to be four, now there's just one standing.
Damn.
Well,
But
that's
they like
interesting.
but like they paused construction on them during the day. They only like worked on tearing them down at night. They did everything in their power to stop the people from realizing that there was something buried under there. And then we went to the gift shop, which I'll admit I'm a sucker for souvenirs and gift shops. And then we went to the museum, which was it was okay, but they didn't really it was a bunch of like old newspaper clippings, and then we even ate at the pizza place. Yeah, like where after the first couple who saw the Mothman went to, and you can order a Mothman pizza, but they don't advertise it or anything. Like it's like the whole town really does not want to talk about the Mothman, even though let's be honest, that's why most of the people come there.
Dude, y'all are sitting on
But
a gold mine.
yeah, like I would be hyping that up. We learned about the original the original people saw them. There were actually men in black in the town who like followed them for like decades, and
Wow.
yeah, and I mean straight up like wearing the black tuxedo, the glasses, a fedora, which like they pointed out like seeing that in real life. you really stand out, but they think that was kind of the point, like an intimidation tactic. And I could see I would be very weirded out, especially if they just stood outside where I worked all day. But last and not least, we got to see the Mothman statue, and not only is he having an 8 pack, I think if he was not condemned by the town, he could have just he could have stopped that bridge collapse just by deadlifting the bridge. I mean he is stupid jacked. But yes, the Mothman is very thick. He has got an ass. When he flies, you hear it not because of the wings, but because when his cheeks clap, it's the sound of thunder. So yeah, I've got a really HD picture of the Mothman statue's ass, and it was funny.
Well, it's
It's
actually
like,
the background on this video.
hey, honey, what's that? Is that the sound of thunder? Are we supposed to have rain tonight? Oh no, that's just Mothman.
He's out and
He's
about.
flying again tonight.
But like they even talked about it. They thought like the Mothman, like they said at first they called him like or at least the tour guide said they called him like the Birdman,
Mm-hmm.
and then over the years it changed to the Mothman. But there was like a huge power plant that was abandoned then that he was supposed to roam in, but they tore it down, which that's kind of like all the people like trying to demonize the Mothman. It's like, well, to be fair, you guys did tear his house down. That's kind of rude.
Yeah, for real.
But the funniest thing of all, we tested his claws, and like the people from the museum were literally watching us. And as soon as we walked away from the statue after we did this, they immediately ran over to make sure we didn't do it. There was nothing wrong. Which I get it. People do stuff. Like I know there was like a thing that people covered the statue with like cans of beans.
What?
Yeah, like they did make a call post, but we put a bag of beef jerky in one of his claws, and in the other one a bottle of Mountain Dew.
And they were skeptical of that?
Yeah, no, and minor spoilers, and there's like a 24/7 live stream. If you go back to whenever you can watch, you can watch us. We did take the Mountain Dew and beef jerky with us. I left a little starfish. I left it on the pedal, so I am guilty of that.
It's a nice little
But
offering to Mothman.
uh-huh. But yeah, I mean, literally, as soon as we turned our backs and were walking away, the door to the museum darted open, and like two people ran over and was like looking at the statues. But the coolest thing was some people were like all the way from Minnesota.
Oh,
They came,
Minnesota.
uh-huh. Yeah, they actually drove all the way there, and they took a picture of the statue with the Mountain Dew and beef jerky in his hands, and then got in their car and drove all the way back. Like they didn't wait for us to take it out. They didn't get a regular picture of the statue, and I think that's hilarious.
It's hilarious.
That's funny.
Like, I don't understand why the people at the museum just, like, all of a sudden just busted open the door and was like, over that. They're like, oh, come on. Beef jerky and Mountain Dew, that's one of the most West Virginia things ever.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from Mothman. So now you got all three of them together.
And I mean, I get they got to be protective of that statue, but it's like, come on. I mean, if you feel that thing, especially if you feel those cheeks, that thing is tough.
I was aiming to say, man.
I was gonna say, no joke. I could probably have like from the time because this has been like a couple months ago. I could have spent 2 months hitting that statue in his like gem eyes with that Mountain Dew bottle, and I don't think I would have done anything except been extremely sore and
Mm-hmm.
jacked from all the exercise, but nowhere near as jacked as that statue is. I mean, I'd be scared that statue would have just like, just a pimp smacked me all the way back to Kentucky.
I think it might be upset. The fact that
Uh
they
huh.
don't celebrate it. I mean, you know he can handle it. He's
Yeah,
got the hams to support that fan base. He don't have
yeah.
junk
Yeah.
in a trunk. He's got a storage unit.
Uh huh. But see, like when you see it from Mothman's point of view, he lived in a power plant. He kept to himself. They tear down his power plant. He tries to warn them about a bridge collapsing. They don't listen to him, and then half the town just ignores him. There's only one place you can buy Mothman merch, which is in the gift shop. Except this really cool Mothman beanie that was in a place that wasn't the gift shop. But yeah, the whole town, even the places that's like like linked to the Mothman, won't talk about it. They don't even advertise, and it's like, I mean,
Wow.
he's kind of being disrespected. You can't blame him, you know.
No, not at
You,
all.
you
I'm wondering where you were talking about where there's like those like men in black guys, if they kind of scared them into like, not
uh huh.
celebrating him.
Like even the museum, they do have some mannequins dressed up as men in black, but it's like only
Mannequin,
yeah,
secret
uh,
robots.
but it's only like a sentence that like they were allegedly around here, and it's like, well,
Yeah.
according to the tour guide, they made one woman a paranoid mess because they just stayed outside like everywhere she went for like a decade, and that you could call the cops on them, and the cops wouldn't even come. But yeah, anyway, when you think about it, the Mothman just got neglected by everything, and of course there's the mystery, like because there was like some top secret those bunkers, you know, were they really ammunition, all that stuff. But anyways, I'm just saying like the Mothman got neglected, and you know the saying, the child neglected by by the village will burn it down to feel its warmth. So yeah, Mothman, I'm kind of on his side. Everyone's being jerks to him.
Yeah, same.
They wouldn't they
Hmm.
wouldn't even let him have a bottle of Mountain Dew, you know?
Yeah, no
I'd bro
Mountain
down
Dew,
with him.
no jerky.
I would bro down with Mothman, totally. And the Men in Black,
Yeah.
Yeah.
come watch me. I'm not sorry for anything that you're gonna see. Not at all. You've been warned. But, yeah, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy, because you think about some of the places around here that, something happened here. Like, I think of where I went to college and everything. That's where the Hatfield and McCoy, all that went down. Where one of the people was hung. There's a sign. There's a
Yeah.
museum right there. It's all over the
Yeah.
place. And I mean, like, there's signs and things just all over. Not even just that area, but stuff that you wouldn't have even thought. Like, you'll be driving down the road and see the sign, and then I'll actually stop and read it. Not in the middle of the
Uh-huh.
road because I'm not stupid. But,
Oh man, I like stopping in the middle of the road.
but I'll pull over to the side and read it. I'm like, wow, I didn't know that was here. That's interesting. So it's like, dude, that's absolutely insane to me that they're not.
Yeah. No joke. The road where they first saw him, it's literally just this old rundown, it's this old rundown road. No sign or anything. The field where the power plant was, nothing.
Mm.
I Because I can show you all the pictures, but like it's literally looks like I just took a picture of this empty road like next to this trailer park, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I don't care what they say. Mothman's like Bigfoot. He left a bigger impression in our hearts.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But I don't have any more interesting stories. I kind of talked about everything that I wanted to talk about. So I'm eager to hear what all you guys have to say. I know Oakley said he wanted to share a story.
The only thing I've got is that I've been working on the story for the movie that we're going to be working on, but I don't really want to go too far in detail about it.
Oh no, we're gonna keep that hidden from everybody. Y'all gotta
Yeah.
watch it. It's the only way you're gonna get any spoilers is you gotta watch it. And that wouldn't make it a
Yeah.
spoiler.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And if
Your
if you
one and
do
only spoiler. It
if
is in the works.
if you do spoil it to anybody, we're gonna go talk to Mothman.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna sick Mothman on you.
And just remember, whenever you hear the sound of thunder, it might not be thunder.
Oh yeah.
But oh, well, okay. So I mean, okay. I'll keep it short because I feel kind of because I went on like a whole Mothman tangent, which I mean, it was it was it was quite the trip. Like I really recommend all of us, and maybe a couple others. Like if we can, if they're up for it, like we should all go there. Like it's really cool. But
I'm down.
um, the good news is my mom, she knows because I'm currently in between jobs and she knows how much I've been saving. Like she literally saw me walking around and like I had walked through my boots enough that like my toe was starting to stick out. She insisted on buying me a brand new pair of shoes that had this it's like a bit above memory foam. It was like so comfortable and like I as when I broke my foot, I have.
Did we lose him?
I was kind of just wondering the same thing. I was
Oh,
like, and we lost him. Oh wait. Did we get
wait,
him back? Wait.
okay. Can you guys hear me?
You're kind of robotic a little bit, but you're coming in
Oh,
better than nothing at all.
oh man. Okay.
There you go.
Oh,
There you go. Now we can hear you.
There you go.
okay. Well, uh, what part did I drown out at?
Your mom was buying you something.
Okay, yeah. She insisted on buying me some shoes that had like a bit above memory foam, like a whole, it's like really cushioned. And since I fell, like every walk, everything constantly stings. And this was like the most comfortable like I've walked. Like it took me like 30 minutes to adjust because I had to change how I walk. And it was like so amazing getting to because like usually it's like every 10, 15 steps like I would feel like a sting or like rawness, numb, whatever you would want to call it. But this one was like every 50 to 60, and it was just so like it was just so bewildering, like being able to walk walk normal again. Like no joke, we were going through Walmart grocery shopping, and I was like tears were forming in my eyes.
I'm glad that they actually feel good on your feet because that's a big thing. Like where I work on, and I'm walking on cement all day,
Uh
and
huh.
I buy boots. I buy expensive boots because I know I'm on my feet all day. So like that's a big thing. When you have to walk and be on your feet all day, you want something that's comfortable on your feet. So I
Yeah.
completely understand like wanting that like comfortability to be able to walk and where like you said you fell and you really haven't had that. So I mean I'm happy for you, man.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Like because she bought me a pair of boots for Christmas, and I've only worn them one time since I fell. I and it was during because I filmed 2 punk shows a week apart from each other. But like the first one, and I guess I was limping around really, really bad because it was just so painful. Like I was limping around trying to get pictures. I had 5 different people be like, "Hey, you can take it easy. Like you need to rest." You know, at first it was concerned, and then it was like, "No, seriously, you need to take a break."
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my big story. My mom, I swear to God, people say heart of gold. She literally has a heart of gold. Like she does her best to take care of so many people. Like I can never say enough good things. Like I constantly tell her like I never tell I could probably spend all day telling her like how much she means to me, and it would never be enough.
Your mom really is such a good person. She's always been so nice every time I've spoken to her.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, I haven't met her yet.
oh, you'll love her. You'll absolutely love her. But I'm getting tired. Okay. I had to yawn first. I'm getting pretty tired, so I think I'm gonna hop off here and go ahead and start editing this and
Okay.
get it ready to upload. But it was really good hopping on here and recording again. I'm not gonna say
Yeah.
we're gonna have an episode out next Friday because usually every time I say that we don't.
Yeah.
So I don't want to make a liar out of myself.
Yeah. Maybe.
Well, next Friday, there's a possibility you guys could be down here,
Very
or
true.
because I'm actually like almost like 10 to 15 minutes closer than you guys
Mm-hmm.
to where we'll be next weekend.
Mhm.
We
So
can't say
Alright.
what
that's
we're
without
working on.
graphic.
We can't say what we're working on. We're working on something secret that it's
Yeah.
awesome.
Uh-huh.
Coming soon.
We got secret ops next weekend.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Mothman. I mean, what?
Yeah.
Those are my
It's
chicks.
Mothman secret ops.
Mm-hmm.
But we will try to upload as soon as we can. Get all that up and going. But yeah, where we're all getting gung ho with these projects, it's kind of up in the air when we're gonna be doing this.
Yeah, because I said I got a workshop, and then maybe Smile. That hasn't been confirmed. Don't take my word for gospel. I was just told maybe, but definitely Scars. So yeah, going to be a busy time, and I'm sorry for going on two tangents. Just the injustice like the town done to the Mothman triggered me.
No, you're totally fine.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Call attention to that. But we will hop off here and see you guys in the next one.
Yep. Speak at you
All
later.
right.
Thank y'all so
See
much
y'all.
for watching.